Hey everybody, it's Marshmuck here. This is my Gotham Season 2 Episode 18 review. I'm just doing a voiceover this time because I haven't had time to actually record stuff and film, so that's why I'm doing a voiceover. But you guys, I did this for the Supergirl video that I just posted as well. So yeah, let's just get on with it. This episode, actually really great. I really enjoyed this episode. So in this episode, Lucius, Bruce, Alfred, they have their stuff in the Batcave, of course. Bruce finds out about this address and about this girl named Karen, who worked with Bruce's father on this thing called Pinewood Farms, which we were teased of like maybe a month ago. I can't really remember exactly. Maybe 2 months ago, we were teased of Pinewood Farms with this backwards message from Hugo Strange, which could just be a line from a future episode that they chose to use and put it backwards in the teaser. But anyway, Alfred and Bruce end up checking out this location, so they drive all the way out of Gotham, kind of out of Gotham, kind of in Gotham, but they drive to this location where Karen is living, and apparently she is one of the first, or I guess the first, that Hugo Strange ever experimented on, which is awesome. And I really did like this character, and the actress did a phenomenal job playing this character, because by the end, when, before she died, I really felt for the character, and I really liked her. And I think, and one thing though that everyone's complaining about, or at least that's what I've been seeing, is that the CG this episode was just horrible. I do agree. I mean, Mr. Freeze, he was great. I think that's what they were saving their budget for this episode for. Obviously, the show gets a budget through the whole season, and they use specific amounts for whatever episode they need. So I guess they were saving a lot of it for Mr. Freeze. However, the budget with a lot, like the shot of Arkham. You guys don't know, there was a shot of Arkham that looked really like it looked like a video game. It looked like a video game from back in the day. Did not look very great. So I think that as long as they budget themselves really well and they just kind of stick to the realistic side, not as, like, if they don't do too much, it's okay. But, it was okay, this episode. It wasn't the greatest, though. But yeah, this was really nice. I really liked how they explained this character and how Thomas Wayne, she explained, Thomas Wayne started Pinewood Farms. But Hugo Strange, the philosopher, took control of Pinewood Farms and took advantage of Thomas Wayne. Meanwhile, they also explained her hand, her origin story of how, she pushed her father down the stairs, she went to Blackgate. Thomas Wayne was like her father figure that she never really had. So that was a really nice origin. I really loved it. I think that it just goes to show you that Gotham, the writers can just do characters. They don't have to always take characters from the comics. They can write their own characters. They can write their own stories. Hence Fish Mooney, guys. So they do a good job of doing these characters' origins, and I really respected it. I also thought that, Bruce, I actually liked David Mazouz's episode a lot more than I loved David Mazouz's Bruce. So I really loved him even more of this episode. So that just goes to show you he's doing a fantastic job. But let's go back to someone we haven't seen. Erin Richards, Barbra Kean. We have not seen her in a while. But she's back. Well, actually we saw her last episode, but we haven't seen her, in a huge story arc in forever. So yeah, it was really nice to see her this episode. And actually I really loved this clip of Gotham. It was hilarious.
Hey, Harvey. Jim will catch you up.
Jim! Jim!
So that was hilarious. I don't know if you guys thought that was hilarious, but I did. It was funny. And then also Gordon had this really cool montage through the episode where he just started torturing these guys to get information. That was really cool too. I actually really liked that. It wasn't the best. It was kind of funny when he dunked that guy's head in the toilet. But yeah, Barbara had a really fun, interesting story this week where she had to help Gordon, or else, things were, he wouldn't get the information he needed about the philosopher. It was really nice seeing her kind of take on the crazy side. Like now that she's sane, I don't know if I believe it just yet. But now that she's, kind of sane, kind of not, she might use that. I don't know. Once the crazy is out, the crazy never really gets put back in the box. Hence Penguin in the last episode. So we're going to have to see whether or not Barbara's telling the truth. But anyway, the gang meets up all together. Like, they all get reunited, right? And they end up talking about the philosopher. And then they make the connection between the philosopher and Hugo Strange. And that they know that he's resuming the stuff with Pinewood Farms, now Indian Hills. Or Indian Hill, I guess. I don't know. But, it was really nice to see that. I really liked it. I really like how they're taking it. Like, this episode kind of connected the dots, and I think that it did really well. And I really like how it ended up. Now, Mr. Freeze was in this episode, and I don't really think he was necessary. Like, really? Like, I don't think he was necessary whatsoever. They could have just sent an assassin or something like that. But it was really nice to see Hugo Strange, like, be like, okay, let's let Victor out to play. That was really nice. But, it was kind of like, okay, do we just go along with this? I mean, but he did say in a few episodes before that he was working on Victor's suit, so I guess it kind of makes sense. He talked to Victor in this episode, about him being locked up in a freezer and saying, okay, you can go out and do this crazy mission for us. He ends up doing it. I actually really like this Mr. Freeze. I think it's a really new, fresh take. There's no Nora, so he's pretty much just a criminal now, and I think that he's just a villain, and I really like in his suit. I liked his suit in this episode. I don't think it's the one that we've been waiting for. I really would prefer, I don't know if they have enough money to do this next season, but if they do Mr. Freeze again, do kind of like the Arkham City styled suit, or like something like that, that would be really cool. I don't know if they have enough for that, but that would be fun to see. But yeah, this one's a nice one. He might make his own later. But down the line, there was an Easter egg. This ha ha ha, as we know, is the Jerome Joker, whatever you want to call it, graffiti that's always everywhere. It's everywhere in Gotham. And these are all different locations of Gotham. Like, this isn't just the same wall. Like, they're doing this everywhere. So I really like that they're paying attention to Jerome's legacy. When the real Joker arrives, that will be really something that we can look forward to. But I really like that. And then also, heading here, Mr. Freeze killing Karen, that was also really fun too. And it just kind of leads into the story. But again, to recap it, Thomas Wayne starts Pinewood Farms with good intentions, by the way. Not really doing anything evil, but with good intentions. Hugo Strange, known as the Philosopher, takes control, takes advantage of him, uses it to do experiments, hence Karen's, transformation and all that craziness. Then he starts Indian Hill way later in life when he gets control of Arkham, and that's when things take a dangerous turn, and that's what leads us to Mr. Freeze, Firefly, now Galavan being back, being insane, I don't know. Galavan returning, I like it. I mean, I think that it's going to be way more interesting than he was beforehand, so I really like it. And of course, the big T is Azrael! Azrael! He is Azrael! Yes, he is officially Azrael. And I didn't know how they were going to do Azrael. I was kind of confused when they announced him. I was like, wait, what? How are we going to do that? But this looks so awesome. Like, this suit, it just looks so cool. And Gotham just posted their kind of like the movie trailer for the Azrael episode. It's like a 3-minute long trailer. Go check it out. I'm not going to be doing a breakdown just because I'm a little busy with other stuff, but it's really great. I loved it, and that suit just looks great. I can't wait to see next week's episode. I am live tweeting. Well, possibly. So it'll be interesting. But what did you guys think of this episode? Did you guys like it? I really did like it. I thought it was a really nice episode. Kind of took a break from other storylines. I kind of just focused on Bruce, Alfred, Gordon stuff, so I like that as well. But what do you guys think about this episode and about Azrael? So comment down below, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.